فلي لو أمريكا أبا قرن أفريقيا أمباسادر مايك هامر أبا تجابورا وعلي بريتوريان تزامرت جودات أمل كتوم مس تلفزيون تجراي فليك على محتة كايدم أمباسادر مايك هامر أبا ذهبوا على محتة منجست أمريكا وعلي بريتوريا كتجبرن جزء حدنة تجراي ملي وحس خونن يسرح له يدحر مبال بمسارة وعلي بريتوريا أبا تجراي زركبوا كابا حيلي مكل خال سراوت إثيوبيا وصاز غنم عطوقات حيلتات أمهران سراوت منجست إرتران كوسو يسرح له منجست فدرال جزاوي من محدار تجراي نون تمزاولت وجناتنا مربطة مكملسو يسرحوهم زلوا سرحات تتناخروا كغزلن وعلي بريتوريا كتكبرن يسرح الليو إلهم.
The United States, we have been supporting their plight, but we want them to be able, of course, as agreed upon in the Pretoria Agreement, to be able to return to their homes in a secure environment. It is something we stress at every meeting. I believe, and I've seen reports that there have been now the beginnings of some returns of IDPs, particularly towards the south, but that's not enough. We as Americans have a DNA that means that we're quite impatient, so we want to see results, but I'm sure the Ethiopian people are impatient. And so as part of my visits, we continue to push forward both the federal government and the interim regional administration of Tigray to again work together to ensure again in the case of the IDPs that they can return home. That's good for all of Ethiopia. And so I hope that we continue to make progress. We're not satisfied with the amount of progress, but some progress has been made. And we can't lose sight of the fact that the silencing of the guns was critically important, and we must remain committed to a lasting peace. And in my meetings, of course, with any and all Tigrayan officials, as well as with the government, I have heard continued commitment, again, to full implementation of the Pretoria Agreement. As it relates to concerns about lingering Eritrean troop presence in Ethiopia, from what we hear from the AU verification monitoring team, that is still a concern. And again, we hope that, as was provided for in the Pretoria Agreement, that all non-ENDF forces withdraw fully from Tigray.
كابزي بتوسخي أمباسادر مايك هامر أبا ذهبوا قال محتت أبا تجابورا وعلي بريتوريا بزملكت مس بريزيدنت جزاوي من محدار تجراي جيتاچو ردا مس مختل بريزيدنت جزاوي من محدار تجراي ليتنال جنرال طارقان جبرتنساين مس أبومبر ود بحوحات دكتور دبرتسين جبر مكعلن بتدغاغامي تراخيبنا زتين أنا دحر مبال مس مرحة تجراي أبا زكايد وم زتታት دما بوغن مرحة تجراي سلام زلوم قربنت أزيو زن أديو دحر مبال اتي كيدي سلام تتناخيرو كقصل مبر ندحريت كيملس زغبر وزلو من قصقاسون زلعليو إلهم منغستي تግራይን ኤርትራን ውን ኣብ ሰላም ክዝትዩ ከም ዝተገበረን እዚውን ብቐጻልነት እናማዕበለ ዝኸይድ ከም ዝኾነውን ሓቢሮም ካብዚ በተወሳኺ ሰላም ቀርን ኣፍሪካ ተረጋጊኡ ክኸይድ ምስ ኣፍሪካ ሕብረትን ዝምልከቶም ኣካላትን ልዝባትና ኣጠናኽርና ክንቅጽል ኢና ኢሎም ኣምባሳደር ማይክ ሃመር
Yeah, no, thank you. I mean, certainly in my meetings with Tigrayan authorities and TPLF, I urge them to continue to have complete support for full implementation of the Pretoria Agreement, which they assured me. I met with President Getachew Reda of the Interim Regional Administration. I met with the Vice President, as you know, General Sadkan, and this morning I met with Dr. Debretsion, head of the TPLF. All of them unequivocally said they are committed to peace, and they're committed to full implementation of the Cessation Hostilities Agreement. That's what the United States cares about. And so whatever internal divisions there may be in politics, not everybody is in agreement. Whatever the divisions may be, we urge that they be resolved through dialogue. Eventually, I imagine there'll be regional elections in Tigray, as there will be in other regions. You have a national election coming. People will pick their leaders, and that's the way to resolve things, through democratic means. So we're not getting ourselves involved in intra-party squabbles or intra-regional political dimensions, but rather we send the same message, is make sure that what you're doing looks to advance the basic principles that were agreed to in Pretoria in the case of Tigray. As far as the reports that we've seen about potential conversations between Tigrayan officials and Eritrea, let's just be clear. What we want to see is no return to war between Ethiopia and Eritrea, no incursions into Ethiopian territory or Eritrean territory by either side. And we want to, if we can, even help implement fully the Algiers Agreement of 2000, which delineated the border, to make sure there isn't any confusion or misunderstanding between the two countries. So if there is dialogue between them, again, that's an issue that, for others to look into. But the point being here is that it should be focused on ensuring an end to any human rights abuses being committed by any forces. It should be intended to improve the relationships between the two countries and to help really this region, which is suffering from so much conflict, whether it's in Sudan or, of course, you have Al-Shabaab in Somalia. These are issues that we discuss as the United States, again, with the African Union during my visits here. I met this morning with the Executive Secretary of IGAD, Dr. Workney. Again, we talk about all these issues about how the United States can be a partner for peace. So, again, that's as far as I will say. I don't know the specifics, obviously, of the conversations, and you should ask them about it. Thanks.